Okay, let's go ahead and open up one of your sketches like I have shown. You would go to File, Open, and then just find your file, probably in your Documents folder, maybe in your H drive, and then make sure to extrude. If it doesn't extrude, you would just click on the inside of the shape, and it pops out. Change the distance to 1/8 of an inch. That's 0.125, 125 thousandths, and click OK. Now, I recommend coloring the part. So you want to right click on extrusion and go down to properties and left click, and then feature appearance. If you click on it and just start typing any color, I'm going to type in R and it'll jump right to red. I'm going to hit OK. And now my part is red. So I'm going to model another piece that was going to fit with this one. Do a bottom piece. So let's do File, New, and you already have your bottom piece. I'm going to create one, and I'm going to create it on the front plane just in case you did that as well. So I'll do a rectangle that's a little bit wider than that piece I was just looking at. We'll go with 4 1/4. You'll see why in a second. And we'll make the depth extra long. Let's say 8 inches. There we go. Finish sketch. Now, whoops. I'm going to extrude the shape 125 thousandths of an inch. Hit OK. And I'm going to go ahead and color it. Right click, select properties, and I'll go with yellow. So I type in Y. Great. All right. So now I've got this piece. I'll save it as I'm going to go to my documents folder, and I'll call that bottom A Hebert. Save. Yes. All right. So now I have the front piece and the bottom piece, and now I'm going to mate them. So I'm going to start. I'm going to go File, New, and don't click. Just hover and go to Assembly. Assembly is where you put parts together. Left click on Assembly. Okay. And up here we see Place. If you click the drop down, you would select Place. Okay. And then you have to go to wherever your files are. Mine are in my Documents folder. And I'm going to start with the front piece. Click Open. Oh, has not been saved. There's my comments. I'm going to click OK. It says this thing called this active project file. If you get this, I'm just going to say yes, continue opening from the current place. All right. So before I place this, I want to right click and say place grounded at origin. Okay. What that does is it locks that piece into place and it can't move, and that's good. Okay. And I'm going to hit escape, and then I'm going to bring in my other piece, place, documents, bottom piece, open. Don't worry about all the error messages. Okay, at this point, I'm about to place this piece, but I need to rotate it. I need it to kind of spin on the x-axis so that it lays flat. So I'm going to right click and rotate x 90 degrees. Good. And now I'm going to place it approximately where it goes. Click left click and then hit escape, and it's good to go. Now you can hold this piece and move it. You can't hold this piece because it's grounded. Okay. So I'm going to move it down. I'm going to look from the front view, and I'm going to move it. I'm just going to hold the left button down and move it down and over. Okay. Approximately where it's supposed to go. and I'm going to look from the right side and drag it over. And now when I look in the isometric perspective, it should look pretty good. Home view is isometric. So now I'm going to actually connect these. They're not connected yet. I'm going to line up all the corners perfectly so it's flush. So you want to select constrain, and we don't want the mate. That's when like they're kissing. We want them facing the same direction. For this type of connection, I'm going to hit flush, and then I'm going to select this surface and this surface, and it lines them up. You hit apply, and if you look from the front, you'll see that they are lined up perfectly in that direction. But if you look from the right view, they're not quite lined up. You can actually, I can still move this piece. It looks like I'm messing up its location, but if I look from the front, you'll see that it's still lined up in terms of these edges, these surfaces. Sorry, these surfaces right here. They're still lined up, but I need to line up the front surfaces, or front facing surfaces. So let's hit constrain again. I'll click on this surface, and then I'll come down here to this skinny portion, and it flipped it. Okay, that's not good. I'm going to cancel. So I want to get a little closer. Oh, I think I didn't have it on the right relationship. I had it on mate, should have been flush. So let's try it again. Surface 1, and then you click on it, surface 2, apply. And if you look at it from the right, good. Now you'll see that these are lined up now. So I just hit escape, by the way. Now I can move it up and down, but that's it. So the last connection is going to be kind of like the two pieces are kissing. So they're facing each other. So I'm going to go to the home view, isometric angle, and I'm going to zoom in here, constrain, and I'm going to select mate, and I'm going to click on the top of the yellow surface, click, and then I'm going to rotate my cube and click on the bottom of the red surface, click, apply, and now those two pieces are mated. Okay, so notice this is when it's perfectly flush. Now you might have a scenario where it's not, the red piece is not supposed to go all the way to the end. Maybe it's 1/8 of an inch short. So we actually need to do what's called an offset. So in this case, you would, let's say you already saved everything. All right, I think I need to reattach that last piece. That'll do that last step again. Let's check. If I open up the plus sign, flush, mate. Okay, so everything's, the three constraints are there, but I'm gonna select flush number 1 right here. No, flush number 2. I'm gonna right click and edit. There should be an offset. I'm going to type in 0.125. Oh, that's offsetting it in the wrong direction. So I'm going to cancel. It's the first flush. Edit. Okay, this one should be offset. 0.125. Now, if it goes in the wrong direction, you just put a negative sign in front of the 0.125. And if, oops, sorry, I messed up again. Right click on flush 1, edit, offset 0.125. Okay, if I look at it from the front, that looks good. That's going to leave me just enough room to put in the right wall right there. Again, if it was in the wrong direction, you could put a negative sign, and it'll flip the orientation around. But mine, I want positive, so I hit OK, and it's good to go. And now I've got enough room to put in a wall on the left and right side.